In a world full of taking turkeys off the menu and free shavakadu, this is the Gilbert Nilbert station, where I am your host, Gilbert Nilbert. Today, I shall be talking about how people in this reject society of the internet reject people. And I believe that it is very wrong. I believe it is very wrong. So yes, what do I mean by reject society? So I was up last night, watching a bunch of debates on YouTube from like Jubilee, that shit, from like Jubilee, and I was like, oh, yeah, there's something outside doing that noise, but yeah, is that just watching Jubilees, and I was like, okay, this is pretty cool, and I'm learning stuff, and I was like, oh, so like a lot of like there was this guy, and he was like, oh, I would invite Kanye West to a cookout. I was like, it's very, it was very random. It was like, okay, I'll invite Kanye West to a cookout, and I was like, what? Like, why? And then I realized he was like, oh, because um, just because he's able to speak controversially doesn't mean he should be secluded from a community. You know what I mean? It's like you shouldn't isolate people who have the brain power to speak out about something. I was like, huh, that makes sense. So I actually wrote that down, and I guess, yeah. And then I was like, I agree with this. And I was like, it really is a thing with cancel culture. Cancel culture does the same thing. Like it will, if someone says something like a bit out of touch, you get canceled for it. And you can now have a spot on the internet. Zion from the future, I don't support Kanye West. I want to get that clear. But I was talking to my friend, and he actually gave me a different situation. It was more of like a pretty logical approach to it. It was, like in society, we normally do that. It's a necessary thing. It's necessary to like take away, like to just isolate these bad people, bad people because they don't follow, like, they don't really follow like social acceptedness. You know what I mean? Like it's like in a job and you give, a worker paper, he's like, I'm not gonna take that. I don't want to do that. And then like he's not socially acceptable, and what you would naturally do is not like that person, and kind of, or not like them, but like you won't respect them as much, and you probably be pretty exasperated with them. I want to use that word, sounds smarter, but yeah, you get exasperated with them, and you just wouldn't respect them as much as the worker that you give papers to. And he's like, he kind of gives you a mean look, but he'll still do the work. At the end of the day, he's still performing societal tasks. He's still doing the task. You'll still respect him and give him the work next time as the boss. Even though he's gonna have an attitude, he's still going to do it. That makes sense, chat. But basically, society kind of performs on if you follow the standard or the norm. And that's what, and if you don't fit in that, then you're usually isolated. And this is to make a society that's full of socially competent people and acceptable people. And I was like, okay, like that makes sense. So then I realized, oh, that's how the internet was born, that because people were like, they were restricted from, not restricted, rejected from society. And I was like, oh, okay, rejected from society. And so then now the internet is born as a place for the people who are rejected from society in order to make something of their own, like it's to express that part that was rejected in society. It's like to kind of use that. Holy shit, I don't even know what that is outside. I think it's a fan. But yeah, it's they express and perform the thing that was rejected by society. Their job is to entertain using the gift that society wanted to take away. And as of recent, a lot more people have been rejecting the people who are just doing their job. You know, like bullies on TikTok will like make fun of somebody for being a little cringy, when in reality they're just doing their job. You know, they're just entertaining with the quirks that they have been given that society wanted to take away. You know, they're just doing their job. So now, in my opinion, those bullies now who are rejecting these rejects already are already kind of like, in my opinion, by the previous logic, are socially unacceptable because now inside the society of the internet society, that's socially unacceptable because internet asks for you to entertain. It asks for you to make of something, you know. So it's very, and I realize a lot more people need to stop doing that too. You know, you need to stop bullying these harmless people who are just doing what they were asked to do, and as entertain and express themselves. You know, they were asked to do that, so why are you stopping that? That's kind of like what I'm thinking. Like, why are you stopping that? And as the internet becomes more and more corporate, with more corporations or corporate ads, right? I believe that it is smarter to stop bullying these people because they're actually making the internet how it's supposed to be. And if we push these people away, these people who are expressing themselves, entertaining, then eventually all we will have is just these corporate businesses running the internet. And it's boring as hell. My bad for cursing there. So I'm trying to stop cursing that much. And I've been slapping my wrist with this rubber band. I've been slapping my wrist. It's been really bad. But yeah. It's just like people need to stop trying to bully these harmless people who are just trying to do their jobs, basically. Because if you do that, eventually it's all going to go to the businesses, and the businesses are going to be the only thing running the internet. Because guess what's going to happen to these bullies? These bullies are also going to become these corny people. You know what I mean? Like, there's going to be bullies out there who become corny or be seen as corny. And if, like, you know, like, if they all get bullied off, then yeah, it's only going to be really businesses left. And, excuse me, that's really it, and it sucks, and it's sad. So yeah, that's what I believe. I think we need to all together stop trying to reject the rejects, and instead just appreciate what they bring and what they want to express. And yeah, and for the people who are actually making stuff, I think you need to allow yourself to fully express what was rejected. You know, like for me, on my stuff, I feel like I felt rejected of just like doing and making stupid stuff and just talking about what's actually on my mind. And guess what I'm freaking doing on the internet? Guess what I'm freaking doing? This is it. So yeah. That's basically all I was wanting to talk about. Thank you for watching, if you actually did watch. If you didn't, I know somebody out there will, and to that person, you're my homie. You're not actually my homie. I don't know you. I'm sorry. I really am. In a world full of manipulation, especially on YouTube, I'm gonna try to keep it real. Alright, Gilbert Nilbert, signing out. 3, 2, I'm trying to wait till it gets to 10.